The 2nd of November 2020. It's 12C out here. Kitty's having a good time. She's following me everywhere in the yard. The cats have been kind of holed up inside for quite some time. When I say quite some time, 10 days anyway, maybe a couple of weeks. Temperatures have been struggling to get far over freezing. And nighttime lows of minus 12. I think it was minus 12 last night. I don't like my bees to be out colder than minus 10, so minus 12, I mean, it's not killing them, but not doing them any good. I've got those insulated panels on, so I think I'm ahead of the game there. I think I'm ahead of the game. I have no science behind that. But he can't do them any harm. Question I get a lot is, what's better, wintering indoors or wintering outdoors? Statistically in Manitoba, the difference between the two, survivability speaking, is not that great. From the 5 years that I've been looking at the data, the two methods are always within a couple of points of each other for survivability. I winter indoors because it's less work for me. I have a building I can use. I can move these things into my building with my little tractor in about 3 hours. Tuck them away in there. Once I get them in there, I don't have to worry in the late fall and the early spring about bears. The very, very severe weather, I don't have to worry about them. All of those things. I don't have to store winter wraps. I don't have to spend days and days wrapping things. Yeah, 110 colonies, maybe days and days, but I'm working by myself, so it takes me quite a while to do that by myself, or I have to call in other work and work around other people's schedules. It's inconvenience. God bless the people who come and help me, but it still is. It's nice to be able to do things yourself, and you can kind of plan your work and do your work on the schedule you have, because sometimes the schedule you have is tight enough, But I've wintered indoors one winter. That was my first winter having bees, and I didn't lose any colonies that winter. I had 11 colonies, only 11 colonies. I didn't lose any. I don't chalk that up to my mastery of beekeeping. It was kind of beginner's luck, I think. I did some things right. I very much did my homework, and I put together a wintering strategy that was proven by others. I understood the principles. I did the work. I was smiled upon by the weather. That was my only winter. This will be winter 5 for me indoors, and I'm still at it, so you say that I prefer it. I've gone over the reasons I do it, though, and it really has nothing to do with the bees. To be honest, I kind of worry about the bees a bit more, because last week it was getting very cold at night. These bees are not wrapped for a wintering outdoors, but they're sitting out here anyway. So minus 12 at night, don't like that. And then in the spring, I take them out. I don't get those warm winter days where the bees can kind of sneak out, take a poop, and they're back in. Don't get that. They're stuck in the barn. I have to really choose my moment in the spring, and that's a stressful time because I'm getting itchy to get the bees out, and the bees are getting stressed. They're starting to poop on the front of the hive and all kinds of stuff. I want to get them outside. I don't want to bring them out in terrible cold weather. So it's a stressful time for bees and beekeeper alike. So those are a few of the answers to the what's better, wintering indoors, wintering outdoors. What's better is the one that you want to do. There are viable solutions both ways for the bees. It's not about the bees, really. I mean, there's ways to do it both ways that the bees are fine. So it's whatever you want to do. What facilities do you have? How much workforce do you have? All that kind of stuff. Winter wraps for 110 colonies, that's not cheap. My first year I used bee cozies for wintering. I think those bee cozies cost you about $20 a piece. Well, there's $2,000. worth of bee cozies. It didn't cost me $2,000 to set my building up to winter bees. It didn't. And I went above and beyond in a lot of ways. I've got a CO2 stat in there. I've got a 4-speed controller. You know, it's not a half-arsed system. It really is about what you want to do. It's about your workflow, your workload. But this week is going to be warm. This is Monday. We are not going to get daytime 0 degrees for another week. And these girls are going to have a great time flying this week. I'm so happy. I'm like a little kid in a candy store. I feel like a young man met his first girlfriend. It's just amazing out here. I'm so happy. Anyway, so, well, go walk around in there. I'm not dressed. I'm wearing a t-shirt. It's that warm. It's beautiful. And we're going to take Kitty. She's here. And we'll go around and look at the bees and show you how they're doing. This has happened a few times in the fall, and it's a function of different things. I just don't have enough power capacity here for my fencer. I need to run this fence for another week or so, and then I don't need to run it. So it's an interim solution. I'm a ways away from my power source. I don't have plug-in power here to charge my battery. You see I've got my battery under that lid there. This solar panel isn't quite big enough to charge that battery enough during the dimly lit days we have in the fall. We get a lot of cloud. The days are not long. So here's my solution. 360 cubic inch battery charger. I've got this little truck that I don't really drive at the moment, so I just put the cables onto the battery, hook them to my fencer. That'll run it easily for a few days, and then I just come out here and I run it for a few minutes to charge up. Today is 12 degrees C. It's been cold, cold, cold. It's been well below -10 at night for the last number of days, the last number of nights. Struggled to get above 0. And look at this. You probably can't see it. I sure can. There are bees everywhere. These aren't dead bees either. These are alive and well. It's getting later in the day though, and the sun is starting to get cooler. So they'd best head inside soon. Look at the bees. Even something you'd call a beard here in this small entrance. I'm very, very happy about this. Look, I missed a front. I didn't insulate this front. I'll have to do that. This was an OTS. So this was a 2018 Kona. So this was her second summer and she had to go. I grafted a number of queens off of her. Plus, I performed OTS on this hive this summer. So that is a homegrown 2020 queen. And they produced 4 boxes of honey, which is above my average. These are my 6-frame nukes, and look at how good they're doing. They're doing really well. If If this was the beginning of summer, I might take these reducers out. They're starting to get congested at the entrance. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm like a teenager who just met his first girlfriend. This is wonderful. And we've got about 4 more days of this, even better. So these bees are going to get a good poop before winter. It could not have come at a more perfect time. My bees normally go in around the first week of November. So you can see they've been pooping because I haven't, I took these feed pails off, and they've pooped since I took those feed pails off. All right. So, 2nd of November 2020, and it's a complete circus out here. I'm thrilled. I'm out here in a t-shirt. Yeah, I'm almost ready to put my shorts on. It's so warm. 12C now, and it's supposed to get warmer the next couple days. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hope your bees are doing well too. And I hope you have a good winter. Have fun. There she is. Hey, kitty. Say hi to the people. Well, now you won't talk. Don't go under electric fence. They'll get you. It's not turned on, so I'm not worried.